After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. One final time this season. Hi there, everybody. Joined by Brock Hewitt in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and we have made it. The greatest game of them all, everybody. Welcome to the Super Bowl. And it really is the perfect crowning event for each and every NFL season, isn't it, partner? All the fanfare, the celebration in the week leading up to this game, and then in the moment, we see the two best teams in the NFL squaring off for this title.
Such a few fortunate players and coaches who are making a repeat appearance in this game on this stage, Kate. So many. This is the culmination of a dream that began a decade, even a couple decades ago, as a young player discovering their love for football. And for those first-timers, that's fine. Go ahead and take in this atmosphere. Just make sure you're focused.
He's got it inside the 25. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead right away. Badgley with the extra point. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gipson now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing from the gun here. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. His first throw in the Super Bowl is intercepted. And the Panthers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Panthers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Gipson now to return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's brought in by Lazard. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Caleb Farley arranged it over for that stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Travis. Caught by Lazard. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Now Travis. He's still going at the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
He's all the way to the 5 before going out of bounds. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's Travis. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets reach pay dirt for the 1st time this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Young on the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's 2nd down coming up. Play action now, Young. He's got the hook up to Watkins. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did. and it forces the throwaway.
Running back, motioning right. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. We've slated downs to approach here from the 40. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They'll get this one to Watkins. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Young working from the gun. Flush down out to his left. Oh, the football's loose. And this is scooped up by the Jets. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
What do defenses preach all the time? Scoop and score, scoop and score, scoop and score. Well, that was an amazing scoop. It was nearly a score after a huge return on that fumble.
Wilson on the give, headed left. And he scores! It's a New York touchdown! The Jets can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Well, they dialed up that one at the right time, Brock. Pretty clear the defense was expecting pass, and they couldn't pivot when he got it as a runner instead.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make that mistake again, are they? Now how versatile these wide receivers are in today's game. It's one of the big transitions, Kate, over the last decade. You know, you always used to see Jerry Rice and John Taylor just lined up scoring touchdowns on the perimeter. Not so fast anymore. These wide receivers today so versatile, and he showed off that on that play.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Motioning the tight end now. From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. It's 2nd and goal.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Young looking to throw. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. Badgley for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Gibson now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Travis setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack. Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Travis to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He has the New York touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Young. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now it's Young. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. He'll get this one to Brooks. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Young. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take the lead just before halftime. Badgley for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Gibson now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he takes this out after crossing the 45.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The 2nd half of the Super Bowl is underway. Gibson now to return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Cut by Lazard. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now Travis. That's brought in by Lazard. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. That stop made by Derek Brown. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
To the air, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. And they get to this one inside the 10. Looks like they stopped it right at the 9-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Young on 1st and 10. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably and then go to work after it.
To the air on 1st down. Young. Getting out to his left. A lot of grass ahead. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Escapes out to the left. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Young to throw.
has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting it?
Will be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up. Michael Badgley going to try and knock this through for 3. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. The Panthers have the lead and the ball with a chance to claim their first title. Michael Badgley out now. He knows how big this try is. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And this won't be a return. It's going to be a touchback, but because it hit in the landing zone first, Brock, per the new rules this season, the ball comes out to the 20 and not the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Travis. He'll get this one to Adams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Travis. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Travis looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Running back sent in motion. From the 20 on 2nd down. Touchdown, New York! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit. The
momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Tompkins now to return. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Finds his back complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Toward the sideline, and he's got it again. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, and give to Brooks. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Panthers holding on to a field goal lead. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He'll throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The Jets take their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Man in motion here. Running once more with Brooks. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
3rd down, Jets are in a dime set, 6 defensive backs out there. He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking Xavier Legat's way there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Looking to throw. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Here he is to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, it denies the first down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Here he is to throw. He'll get this complete to Lazard. This gets the first and more. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. He's got time here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw it. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. Get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Their whole season has led to this moment. He takes a knee, let the celebration begin. And it's all over. The Lombardi is headed to North Carolina. The Panthers are Super Bowl champions.